Hey, good afternoon. We're having lunch with Paul with no lunch. It's my new trick. I invite people and don't feed them. But listen, we just saw our friend Sashi, and we want to talk to the other part of the team that we work with at CoStar. And I'm a big fan of theirs. So introduce yourself, guys, and then we'll dig into what you do for a living.
Yeah, I'm Brendan Lupkes. I'm a sales rep here at the Auctions by 10X, and I represent the Tampa through Bradenton area.
Similar to Brendan, I'm also a sales executive at 10X, and I represent the Tampa Elite.
And we're actually working with racetracks. So tell us a little bit about what you guys have to offer people when you're talking to them about CoStar.
Yeah, so I mean, basically on the LoopNet side, we sell exposure, so we get you exposed to the right audience. When you're on LoopNet, we're like it's on an internet highway, except every driver that drives past that sign, they have intent to buy or lease the property.
Well, and I'll tell you the other thing I think is true is they've already selected you. And so the value of a sign has always been they pre-selected the sign and took action for your benefit. And the other thing is, once you capture that, you've had it. You have a client base, and we've been saving them for the last, I'd say 7 years I've been collecting them. And we built a website to go with it and a support to what you guys do. But in tandem, it's much more powerful.
96% of the Fortune 1000 companies are on LoopNet searching. And as Brendan mentioned, it's really just the virtual highway. You get those 13 million viewers, the decision makers, the owners, everyone involved.
I'll tell you that the other thing, it's a great matchup between product and delivery. They're not going to talk to Paul Rutledge, but they will get on the internet and say, I want to be in Florida. And then they pop up. And I'll tell you, that to me is the differential of a local broker who says, hey, you want to buy my stuff, or throwing a net that's much bigger. So tell us, what do you think is one of your best success stories, the thing that makes you say, I know I have a good product?
Yeah, so I actually have a client local here to Bradenton and had a property for sale, wasn't really getting a lot of views on just CoStar, so we upgraded him to the Platinum ad, to the targeting and retargeting. Ultimately, he was able to get a buyer that paid 10% over list from New York, 1031 Exchange. And he also had another prospect reach out to him and said, wow, this is free advertising. If I were to list my property with you in the future, would you do this? And he did. And he actually, not only did he sell the property, and had the seller way more enough proceeds, he got another listing.
So the two things I think that just surprised me is, as a businessman, when I had my own company, we had 40 employees, I spent 10% of my money in marketing. And when I talk to brokers, they are resident to spend that marketing money to make their commission. And I can tell you, we keep it at a margin that is traditional for marketing businesses. The other thing is, we got a lot of valuable buyers who, when they leave New York or California, they get a yield uptick of 10% or 17%, depending on what state you come from, Chicago, New York, where those DC, where you have high tax levels. This gets to those people that you don't get driving by. Hey, listen, thanks for coming down for no lunch. This is Lunch with Paul.